What's going on, guys? Aaron here on Easy Street, professional driver, amateur human. Now, this video goes out to Big Bear, who commented on my July numbers breakdown. He asked me what my fixed costs were, and I realized I haven't told you guys yet. So we'll get into that right after the intro. Real quick before we get started, I wanted to tell you guys, if you're looking for a professional driver who makes professional decisions, somewhat, and occasionally questions those decisions, you've come to the right place. I invite you to subscribe and see if we can't hit our goal of 500 by the end of the year, 500 subs by the end of the year. I really appreciate you guys. Now, on to the meat of this. I got my numbers written down in my notebook here, did all the math. So I want to preface it by saying that this video is going to show both my numbers as well as what you can expect from Prime, because you're not going to have all the same expenses I do. I'm in a brand new truck. You might be leasing an older truck, etc., etc. We'll get into all of that. So we're going to start off with what everybody wants to know: the truck payment. My truck payment is, I'm on a 3-year lease. It is $1,279. Now, that is for a brand new 2027 Cascadia. Thing had 1,000 miles when I picked it up. That does go down $20 a year. So at my 1-year mark, it'll be $1,259, $1,239. The APU is $100 a week. So altogether, that's $1,379 for the truck. Now, there are some other numbers in here that you will have regardless. Fuel card charges. I don't remember if this was just to have the card, or if I had a lumper or something on it, but it cost me $1. I'm looking at my most recent week's settlement for all these numbers. For trip scanning, that is $5 a week. That basically allows you to use the app to scan your paperwork in and all that stuff. My highway use tax, $10.58. Permits are $43 a week. The statement preparation that they send me every week is $15. The insurance for this truck, $30 a week. The performance bond, which you will have when you get here, it'll start on day one. You build it up to $1,750. They take it out at $35 a week. I have CPAP monitoring, which is $2.50. I also have a mailbox at the main Springfield terminal for my business, and that is $1.75. Navigation, for me to have navigation on our tablet, that is $6.50 a week. I also right now have deferred / finite costs, is what I call them, because they will end. That is $227.83 a week. So your first week with a lease, you get a deferred truck payment, comes out over the course of a year. I believe it's $27.83. I believe that's where that number comes from. I took the ACE 2 class. They defer a truck payment. I chose to have that one paid back at $100 a week until that's paid off. Both of those are still like $1,100 owed on it. But I also have a CPAP machine, and my initial purchase of the CPAP with the sleep study, all that kind of stuff, was like $1,700. I'm paying $100 a week for that. I've got like 5 weeks left on that. So that brings my total to $1,757.15. Like I said, you're not going to have all of these. So when we take that out, we take out the $227.83 a week I'm paying for my deferred and finite costs. Take out the CPAP monitoring and the mailbox, which you may not have. you're looking at $1,526 roughly per week as your fixed cost out the door. But then stuff can get added. You swipe your card at the cafeteria and the terminal. Um, I don't know, you get an advance. I never take advances. It's what my emergency fund's for, and we'll get into that as well. Um, so, all of that stuff can add up. And of course, then you have your variable cost, your fuels, and all of that stuff. Now, we have a couple of charges that they charge on every mile. We have a 3.5 cent per mile tire fund, which covers any tire replacement, repair, whatever. I have a brand new truck, so thankfully that's just building up, and I won't have to worry about that for a little while. Probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 months. We'll take a really in-depth look at my steers. Like, I check them every day, but we'll make sure they're not. I check for wear, but we're gonna really make sure that they're not worn unevenly, anything like that. Um, a mileage fee, just like you'd have on a lease car, that's 5.5 cents per mile that we have, and they also take 2 cents per mile in IFTA. That's to help offset any IFTA underpay or whatever. Um, Typically, you get that back. I mean, I haven't gotten July's back yet. But June, I got like $159 returned to me. So that money is yours. It will be returned to you when they do the calculations. And I also put 10 cents into my emergency fund every week, 10 cents per mile. So my total cost before accounting for fuel, before accounting for even paying myself, is $1,757.15 plus 21 cents per mile. If you choose not to do the emergency fund, that's not a requirement. Then it would be plus 11 cents per mile. So the bare minimum will be $1,526 plus 11 cents per mile. I hope that answered your question, Big Bear. It was just way too much for me to try to put into a response comment. Thank you guys for watching. As always, just when you look past the junk in life, everything is beautiful. I have an announcement coming soon. I think you guys are going to like. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Stay safe out there.